guys. It's Tuesday evening, start of another week. I didn't get a video up before this one, so that means that I didn't get the MIG finished. After working all weekend, I just wasn't in the mood to come down here Sunday. So I did get the canopy unmasked, and as I thought, complete disaster. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it the way that it is. Because these are only on here with canopy glue, I can pop these off. So I'll pop these off, strip them, and remask and repaint the canopy. I got the exhaust in, you can see there. I'm just going to rust those up a little using a bit of this rust texture, and I'll do a little bit of streaking and weathering coming back from there. As well have the wheels assembled, so those just pop in there. So pretty much everything that I have done here now. The other thing that I did was paint the rockets, so those just need to be assembled. But I think before I do any more assembly, I'm actually going to do the decals first. There's a few decals on the bottom and on the side, so that'll be my next step. We'll be putting the decals on. Once those are on, I'll do the final assembly and a little bit of final weathering, and then I'll call it done. But at some point I will be pulling that canopy off and redoing it. So there's not a whole lot of work left to do on that. So this week I will be starting a new build, starting on this Piranha. It's a light armored vehicle, Italy. So this is actually a pretty simple kit, really. There's not very many parts or anything to this. Just a couple of screws and a handful of decals. There are only, let's see here, there's only 10 steps in the assembly. And the 10th step is putting the turret on. So really only 9 building steps. So it shouldn't take very long at all, actually. Of course, the painting is pretty much all one color. So I know I keep saying it, but this should be a pretty quick build, I would think. So that's what's on the agenda for this week, is to get that MIG done and out of the way. And I want to start getting back on the bike as well. So that's where I am for Tuesday, and I'll be back when I got a bit more to show. Evening, guys. It's Thursday evening. Haven't been doing a whole lot of video this week. I have been down here doing some building, but haven't been recording any of it really. Decaling the MIG. I have one side done, and I just have the opposite side to do, and then one star on the other underside of each wing, and then that's it. And then it's just a matter of gluing these few bits and bobs on, and then the build is done. I have also started on the Piranha. I had front suspension in. Next to work on the suspension here. This does have a little bit of interior in it, because the rear doors that go on here, you can have them opening. I'm not going to have them open, I'm going to have them closed. So this interior detail I'm I don't think I'm going to bother to put it in. Just show you right here. Just a little bit of detail here. You can see here, this back plate goes on, has 2 doors. So those doors can open. Even if you had them opened, you really wouldn't see inside anyways. So here are doors here, but I'm going to have all this glued shut. I'm never going to be have it displayed open. I may put it on a little base when it's done, but other than that, it'll just be a straight on assemble and paint job, and that's it. So continuing along with that, I will have the other side of the MIG decal tonight. And then I'll be able to put these decals on tomorrow, and then button it up after that and call it done. So yeah, anyways guys, that's where I am. Another couple of days before I upload the video, so hopefully I'll get a bit more done before then. So I'll be right back when I have something to show. Evening guys, it's Friday evening, end of another week, not a work week anyways. So just continuing on with the decals on the MIG. I got them all done except for the stars that go on the undersides of the wings, these stars here. So I'm going to do those now and let those dry overnight, and then continue on with the build tomorrow. Also got another little bit done on the Piranha, started on the rear suspension. And that's what these handful of pieces here are for. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. Hoping to finalize the assembly of the MIG tomorrow. Once the decals are dry, I have everything assembled here now. I just need to attach it to the plane. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and put on these couple of decals here and be back with a bit more. Evening guys, it's Saturday evening, closing in on the end of another week. Down to the last bits and bobs now for the MIG. So should have a final video on that soon. Continuing to work on the Piranha. Got the suspension all done now. Front armor piece on. These are the prop drives here. I'm going to leave the props and the rudders off until I get towards the end ready for painting. I know if I put them on now, I'll definitely end up breaking them off. I'm going a bit back and forth on the interior. I'd like to put it in, but two things. You can see how warped that back piece is. So if I glue the doors shut, doors here, if I glue the doors shut, that should force that back into shape. But also, I thought that these doors were meant to be hinged, but actually they're not. You either have to glue them shut or glue them open, which you can see it's all the little points that they have for gluing them. If you glue them open, that's all it'll be holding it. Basically, is the tips of these hinges is all that'll be holding the door on, or at least if it's glued shut, you have this full ring here. So I'm still back and forth, but the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards gluing them shut. Started on the gas cans. I just have the two halves glued together. The cap and the handle for these gas cans are separate parts. I've got, excuse me, I've got half the wheels together. So I have 4 of those together, 4 more to go together. And just getting ready to test fit the top. Then this is one of these kits that has really nice weld detail. I really like it when the kits have the weld seams in there. You can see really large and rough weld seam around this ring, which is what it would be like in real life. So it's really nice. I really like it when, like I said, when kits do that, have the weld seams in there. I think it really adds to it. So yeah, so I'm going to continue on here with a bit of iceberg and a little bit more assembly, and then I'll be right back to close out the week. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, so end of another week. Got a bit more done here tonight. This little circle of parts here is all that's left to put on the MIG. I just put the clear parts on, so I'm waiting for those to dry before I start gluing more stuff on. I got the rest of the wheels here for the Piranha. Just need to glue those together. Got them cut off and cleaned up. Got the gas cans seams sanded a bit. I think they're probably good enough now to finish the assembly. I decided to glue the doors shut. So I have this clamp on here now. I have some glue put around, trying to get this force back into shape. Still quite a twist in it. So I think that's really going to fight me when I go to put it on. Started attaching the top to the Piranha, just letting this, letting the glue letting the glue set on this, and then I'll put the top. I'll put the top on here and try to fit that back plate on. I put some of the interior stuff in. I'm hoping that it will give a bit of just a bit of a contact point for the back plate and doors to go on. So that's about it for this week. Like I said, got a fair amount done on the Piranha, like I said, and the MIG is pretty much next to finished. I won't show anything here because once I'm done, I'll put up a separate video, just as the final for that. I do have a couple of very, very old builds here that have been here on the side of the bench now. Oh Jesus, I wouldn't even be able to hazard a guess as to how long these have been here. You can hear me here fussing with this. Anyways, this is this 135th Abrams that's been here. Basically all this needs is a just a dusting, just to knock down just to try and unify the colors and stuff a bit, and as in desert camo, so I want it to be dusty. But other than that, I'm going to say it's been 2 or 3 years that this has been in this state. And the other one, same deal, that's been here forever, you can tell by the amount of dust on it, is this War Machine, Martian War Machine. So the War Machine itself, this again has been done for years. Very, very long time. I didn't light it or anything. But I was going to make a custom base for it, but I've since changed my mind. So all that's left to do on that is basically paint this kit base that goes with it. So yeah, I'm probably going to be picking away at that as well. But no timeline on these builds. I just wanted to bring it up that these are on the side of the bench, so you may see those. You may see finals on those as well at some point. So anyways, guys, enough rambling. As always, thanks for watching, and hope you stay tuned for future updates. Have a good week.